Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Everything in my video was found on a public domain. Lots of love and many blessings your way. I imagine this is what's going on right now inside the palace. Today's the day Meghan and Harry take off, and nobody is to be seeing them for the next several weeks. This is when things are about to get real for Harry, and I cannot wait to see what happens after the fact. I think he's in for a shock. Do you? It's being said that Dory is making huge preparations for their arrival. You know what, y'all? I think we should take up bets as to how long Harry's going to stay. I'm thinking as soon as the trip to the most magical place on earth is finished, he'll be back home. People are worried about the mistreatment of Harry by Meghan on her turf. It'll happen. But here's what they wanted us to know right before they left. This is unreal. Listen to this. They're saying that Harry accompanied Archie and Meghan to this playdate last week. It was very public. He was having such a good time playing with little Archie, watching him interact with all the other children his age. Harry was so glad he went. He received all sorts of parenting tips from these people that they all gathered on the sidelines watching their babies interact and play. Now, here's what everybody's wanting to know. Here's the problem, y'all. There's not one picture. People are starting to wake up. They're starting to wonder what's going on. They're asking questions. They're not buying into these stories anymore. I have never bought into them. I know you guys have never bought into them. We're meant to believe that they went to this play center, this very public place, with all of these children, with all of these parents, with Archie. And there's not one single Facebook post about it. There's not a picture. There's not a tweet. You know what I'm saying? If I was to bump into whoever and their child and they were celebrity status, I would put it on a Facebook, a tweet, whatever. Quick question. Remember when they went to visit the military families? It was meant to be a spur of the moment, last minute thing, a very big surprise. Did they pass out flower bouquets to these people prior to their arrival? I was just curious about that, really. Even those people, for the majority, went away scratching their heads. Why come and visit families and not bring your entire family? Why leave Archie behind? So I'm really thrilled and relieved people are starting to wake up. They're gonna have to come out with the truth sooner rather than later. People are demanding it. And watch, because everybody's talking about this, they're gonna come out with some situation to show a little picture of Archie and them together in the next several days. And it gets worse. I'm thrilled that there's still some places that you can go that are not afraid of Meghan and Harry. Folks are really wondering what's going on. Is Harry the father? Do you guys remember when they were in Morocco? And I've talked about this before in the past, where they were sitting down at the interview with all the cameras pointing at them. And dead serious, he looks over at her and says, "Is it mine?" That is just something you do not say. I don't think that would be a cute joke in private, much less sitting down to an interview with cameras in my face. By them screaming privacy, what a very unprivate thing to say, joking or otherwise. Even folks that believe that Meghan and Harry and Archie are a legitimate situation do not believe that the child they introduced to the world in that swaddled bundle was real. And for me, that speaks volumes. A lot of folks, including myself, feel like none of the royal family have ever interacted with the real Archie. If he exists, why Photoshop every single picture? I just don't understand it. There's no reason for it. These people have the best of the best. You know, it's like they're worth billions of dollars. So why in the world would they need to get, a Photoshop, any kind of touch-up on any of their pictures? They should have top-notch photographers at all times. And I want to say a thank you to my friend Mary, who put a lot of time into researching these pictures. I don't want to compromise her identity, but I will tell you her profession is in the analytical field. Before we go any further, I want to bring up the polo match. Somebody said the other day, well, that can't be the case. They were at the polo match together. Meghan and Kate with their children. Exactly. Case in point. Kate should have been interacting with the baby, and she was not interacting with that child. I'm an auntie myself, and no matter if all three of my boys were with me, I would have been all over that child. They left Meghan completely alone. I seen it just as you guys did. George tried to peer at the child, and she would not have it. She kept him pressed up against her chest. It was very strange. No sunblock on his head, no hat, no nothing. The only time I ever seen her cover that child's head is when Harry stepped off that horse to show her attention when the game was over. And Harry was scorched for days. That's how strong the sun was that day. But the child didn't turn a tinge of any kind of color. And I did see when she was sitting in the car that Nacho had strolled over, but even then, there was no interaction with the child. Remember when she was talking to herself and she was fighting with Harry? That happened the same day. And they say that Kate offered her to come to the car with them and have a snack, and she shot Kate down. The picture that they wished Prince Charles a happy birthday with doesn't look natural to me at all. My friend went through all of these pictures, and she discovered quite a few things. There's 4 ways to tell if a picture was photoshopped just by glancing at it. If the background appears warped or manipulated, everything in the picture is in focus, there's no lines or pores on someone's face, and if there are weird patterns in the pictures. They used a lot of layers building some of these pictures. The pixels are just off. There's mosaic patterns that shouldn't be there. Different colors in different places that are just random. Why would they feel the need to create their pictures? Why can't they just give us a normal, natural picture? Because I don't feel they have the ability to. I knew Doria's was faked because she never smiles. But this really tells me all I need to know as far as the Balmoral, skipping out on that, turning down the Sandringham Christmas. It just all makes sense. And as it was told to me, this last weekend has been a doozy for the royal family, especially the Queen. I was told that she had a meeting with her top advisors. She's really considering stepping down and going ahead and allowing Charles to take over. And they're saying a decision is about to be made before the month's over. I guess time will tell. I found some information regarding the lawsuit, and it's ridiculous stuff that Meghan and Harry are complaining over. All of this is whack. They're making a mountain out of a molehill. Some of the things they're complaining about are this. The prices they paid for some of this stuff has been misreported. For example, the copper bathtub costing $6,500, the hundreds of thousands of dollars to soundproof the house, the price they paid for the guest wing to be added, the price they paid for the yoga floor, how much was paid for the over-the-top tennis courts. They're not denying these things exist. These were additions to the house. They're denying the cost. They're saying they were overinflated. Also, the omission of the part of the letter that proves she loves her dad so much. This has really made her so mad. She don't have to say a word. Actions speak volumes. Anyway, you guys, I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Y'all stay safe and be blessed.